Stretch out them wieners.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Let's.
Brun is just. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 6th episode of the Lost Boys podcast. Joined by just two friends today, Eddie Shmoney and Shoner Todd. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, fam. How's it going?
Thanks for having me back, considering, my last episode was
Hey,
last
fuck
episode.
you. It's your last episode today. We just still need it. Like,
Yeah, we needed a filler today. Otherwise, it would be just the me and Ned, the Eddie and Nedley show.
What a good show that would be! No, so for those who don't,
It'd be card stonks and naps.
oh my god, what a show!
Well, Eddie talks about card stocks.
And Nedley naps.
That'd be it. That's it. It's the best show ever, man. And honestly, thousands of views, easy. For those of you on audio, or for those of you who are just now realizing, Brunstad unfortunately is not joining us today. He had some stuff come up at the very last minute, so we wish him all the best here. I know that, so we're gonna do our best to try to fill his shoes. Our topics, if possible, our topics today are not god tier like Tiger Woods, but we're gonna do our damnedest, right, boys?
Right.
Eddie, you just had a poppin' ass stream. At the time of recording, it would be last night giving away that Switch. How'd all that shit go, man?
Bro, it was a wild giveaway, man. I mean, I'm glad it turned out the way it did, and I want to thank you guys for being there, and thank everybody for being there. I know you won one of the prizes and then you gave it up, and I think that's a super honorable move, man. I'm sorry I couldn't get you the Switch.
Damn it, karma didn't pay off this time. Karma's a fucking lie.
But it's actually pretty crazy. So the first winner was fully legit, not someone that we knew at all. Has been following us for a little while. He won a $50 Amazon gift card. The second winner was you. You gave it up to someone who is also new to our community, who has been looking for, PlayStation content and stuff to download. So it kind of worked out like perfect for him. And then the third winner is also someone that is new to our community, but has been kind of like playing with us for a little bit and hanging out with us in the chat and stuff. So he's going to give it to his kid brother. Which is awesome. So it's all the prizes are going to people that like really kind of like need it, I'd say. And but in general, it just turned out really great. We had a lot of good engagement, lots of cool peeps there. I'm really excited for our giveaway as well. I know you might have a little bit of an update on that, Nedley.
Yeah, so we were going to be doing the $20 Amazon card today for reviews. Unfortunately, with Brunstad not being able to join us today, it did feel kind of wrong to not do it with him because I know that he was super excited about reading them. So we're going to put that until next week, just an FYI. So you still have another week to get reviews in on any of the audio forms of the podcast. So definitely go do that. Like I said, we're going to read them all probably here. Well, not probably. We're going to read them all here next week. We're going to make sure Brun gets super high for it. And then he's basically going to, in his highly inebriated state, get it highly inebriated. Going to pick the winner of that, and then we'll ship that out to him post haste. So you still have 1 week to enter. Go ahead and do that, boys and girls. And Shoner, how's your week been? Oh wait, Eddie, you're doing another giveaway thing here in the near future too, aren't you?
Yes. So I totally
already won.
Hard Reset is the name of our stream team, not team. But we're doing another giveaway March 27th. March 27th. It's going to be on What is Hood's channel on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/whatishood, all one word. And he's going to be giving away a PS5. So it's going to be a big one. I think already won. Yeah, I think this one's going to probably do some big numbers only because it's a PS5. So
it's going to be my karma will pay off.
Fuck you.
Promise.
I'm gonna disconnect your internet so you can't be
Shoner,
there.
it's your last fucking episode. Shut up. Speaking of, how was your week, Shoner? What did you get up to this week, man?
I spent, just back on night shifts. Of course, I had to flip flop my stream schedule back to the midday. So about this time right now, we're recording, which is about 2:00 p.m. Pacific time. So that's the hard part of streaming, right? Is just when I thought I was getting my schedule set, my real life work freaking had to take, flip flop on me. So hopefully that gets back in order. Nights have been kicking my ass because I got used to days.
Yeah.
But I spent my last days off, man, working on Toddcast Studios. So I finally got the wife to allow me to build my own studio room. So that's hopefully coming soon. I can't wait.
That's huge,
yeah.
dude.
I saw the
But I
wall
can't
go
wait.
up and I was like, man, that's a moment right there. Like a moment in history.
Now see,
So it's not like it just be my studio. It's going to be I built that studio from the ground up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now see, the true meta of that, Shoner, what you're really fucking up on is you really need to be live streaming you building the live stream studio.
Yeah. People watch that stuff, dude.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I'm gonna live stream the rest of it. I just didn't want to do the framing because my garage is a freaking mess. And now that I've got my loft started, I've actually been able to get my stuff out of the way. I had no room to put anything, dude. Like literally, like I
You
would
don't
have
have
to,
room
set
for
my
a
camera on
tripod and a fucking GoPro?
I'd had to stick it up on my fucking like Harley or something, dude. Like,
Which,
I'd had
by
to,
the
like,
way, did you know that you could natively live stream to twitch.tv on a GoPro?
yes.
I did not know that
Yeah.
until recently when I was doing
They
it.
built an app.
Yeah.
I really want an 8 black because the 8 blacks have that ability built into them and they have really good quality.
I have one. That's how
Dude,
I found. That's
so
how I looked at
I
it.
found my next live stream camera, dude. It's just gonna cost me about $1,500.
Dude, you guys are so into the stream peripherals. I think this is a perfect time to
Holy
Nah,
shit! He
in
took
the spirit
Brunstad's
of
thing.
Brunstad.
But
Brunstad.
hang on. I love this segue, but I want to talk about me for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done anything this week. Take it away, Eddie.
I love it. That's a clip.
Like
right
seriously,
there, baby.
like holy shit! Like my last 2 weeks have been absolutely bananas. I have not done a single stream in 2 weeks, which is like weird to me. Like this is the first time I've even been at this PC in like literally 2 weeks. Other than to upload the podcast, like 2 weeks. I haven't played a game on it. I haven't
Wow.
done any stream stuff on it. My 2 weeks at work has been absolutely bananas. Also, since I was lovingly told to never play Tarkov again, I don't know what I want to do for stream. So I'm working out some ideas. We kind of talked about that pre-show, but that's going to stay kind of behind the scenes from now on. But it's going to be marrying all the things that I love doing, which is interviewing people, doing talking content and shit like that. So more on that to come. I'll probably have the video if I can summon any sort of gumption to do it next week on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for that. Sorry to not Eddie, take it away. I haven't done shit, so go.
Well, I know, Shoner, you wanted to talk about streaming peripherals and the different new technology that is going to be for gamers and such. I'm pretty sure Nedley's going to figure out a way to use all these new peripherals some way. He's got so many things cooking up in the kitchen. So
Literally,
yeah, Shoner, what do you want to tell us about Elgato, Razer battling it out?
Taking over the market. I mean, no one else is going to be able to keep up if they don't step up their game now, right? They're going to get left behind. That's the problem. But we're all, most of us, we're all streamers. Most of the people that watch us are streamers. The people we hang out with are streamers. So we're always looking for that latest, greatest technology to one up our stream, right? Which is why I'm super excited to have my studio, because I want to start making my own one-off equipment that hopefully can turn into something I can market and sell to others. Watch, I got some ideas. But
okay.
So
Jesus.
I know, right? But so Elgato just recently announced that they're, we've all seen the lights. We've seen the key lights, the key light minis, or the airs as they call it. So now they have light strips that will tie directly into your Stream Deck, to the same Elgato app that you use to control your lights. And they're actually broad enough to use as a face cam light.
Really?
So you can actually set it up behind your camera. So if you don't have room, someone like Eddie, who says he doesn't have room on his desk, you could take that light strip and stick it straight to his wall and be able to control it, and he wouldn't have to worry about it taking up a bunch of his space that he doesn't have. But it's also RGB controllable. You can make it change and shift and stuff like that through your Stream Deck. So that's always cool.
That's good for like stream rooms too, because you could just put it up and underneath all, like I have a green screen because like I've showed you guys last time I live in I my stream stuff is in a fucking dungeon. Right. But like if I ever wanted to like put like a random shelf behind it, I could like line it with the RGB lights too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right. I'm tracking.
And so then they also came out with their own foam audio panels that are for helping like get rid of echo, keeping the sound muffled so that way you get nice crisp audio, but they light up.
Oh.
So they're not just, they don't just light up on the edges, like on the outside edges, they light up in the center. So they're fully light up there. They clip out to like the trays, or you just put the trays up on the wall and the panels click in and out. So if you want to change your design, change the angles, the orientation or the colors and stuff like that, you just click them out, rearrange them and stuff like that. It's pretty dope, but they light up. They also tie in with your Elgato Stream Deck or any of the Elgato peripherals that you have.
Aren't they like $100 for like
That's
7
wild.
panels?
Something like that. But if you look at any of these panels that have lights, they're the same price. You're paying the same price. There's nothing. They're probably the only thing that Elgato makes that is like actually market price. You know, the key light, right? The key light is $200. The Air is like $129. So they're pretty high price compared to some of the cheaper lights that you can get. Not that they're bad equipment. I actually really would love to have a set of Elgato key light or just a one of each to have in the studio, which eventually I might just get just to have it. Because that's what I do, right? It's one of my biggest things I like doing is testing out new equipment and showing it off and showing how to use it to the best of its ability. As you can see, my camera has gone through the roof on quality and stuff like that. I've been playing with it, upgrading it as I go. And so, but Razer is trying to keep up. Razer is talking about what do they have? The new Anzu smart glasses, which are not.
I did see that. I saw that on the Razer
marketed to streamers.
Really?
But think about it. Yeah. So they have audio built into the arms. They're not marketed for streamers, but think about it. They have blue light block and they have speakers. So you literally can have audio going straight to your ear from your stream and not have to worry about playing it through a speaker. And you literally can sit here with just like without a pair of head cans on, with glasses on, and everyone sees your full head and you can still get all your audio without it creating an echo through your mic.
Yeah.
So it's just about learning how to use the technology out there in a different way that they market it, right? So I think those would be really cool. You're going to see a lot of these bigger streamers start doing it just because they want to get rid of the cans. I'm actually interested in them for the exact same reason.
How good would that audio be though? Because it's basically a pair of speakers that are sitting next to your ear, but they're not.
Well, they're marketing it as high quality speakers. Like they're marketing it as like.
I think what's interesting is that like that. I mean, because the way I have it set up right now, right? I have a wired headset, but I've been trying to go wireless for the longest time. And the issue with the reason why I didn't is because before I got my Blue Yeti mic, I was using my audio through just my headset. So I had to have the wired setup. But I've been thinking more and more of like ways to go wireless. And this one might be like the smart glasses might be good. But the problem is that I only have one mic input. So if I play like a team game, right, I'm not going to be able to mute my chat or I guess my team versus the chat if I'm streaming.
Voice meter will break that for you.
Or I mean, I know that you're in the market for a new mic too. Like the Elgato Wave 3s are. I mean that's having a virtual Go XLR at your fingertips too, right? That's like if you're gonna look at doing that. And that's the one thing that I will say that I think Elgato actually has like Elgato is like leaps and bounds away, is not so much in the hardware. The hardware is fine, but their software is what it's killing it, and the integration is what's killing it. So like the Stream Deck is definitely like a game changer for a lot of things, right? And I'm not trying to pimp it, but I have one. I don't utilize it to its full capabilities. I mean, right now it's not even plugged in. So
yeah, it's fair. Elgato like has as a name in the streaming world for some reason, like Elgato is really sought after. Like for example, just the other day I pulled down, like I have the green screen that hangs from my ceiling, right? It's an Elgato green screen, but like I've used another green screen before that was a completely different brand, and it's absolute crap compared to the quality that Elgato has. So it's just interesting to see like Razer announce all these things. I know, and not to stealing thunder, Shoner, but I know there's like a Razer Keo Pro now that you sent over. There's a Razer freaking ring light that they're trying to swing now.
No, the ring light though, the ring light. So before you leave the ring light, the nice thing about the ring light is that it's gonna be market fair. it's going to be achievable to buy for most basic streamers, right? Where the key light and the Elgato ring light, because the Elgato has their own ring light also, is like $200. Where the market price I seen for the Razer key or the Razer ring light is going to be $89, which is very fair for a quality ring light. And they're talking about having a built-in diffuser, so that means it's going to be top tier with the diffuser, because most of these ring lights you buy, these lights that you buy that are cheap off of Amazon, don't have diffusers in them. Yeah,
they're just so big.
So the light I'm using right here is a design or whatever. It's a cheap in the sense that it's not like an Elgato, but it is a professional photography light. It has a controllable. I have a wireless controller for it. It doesn't have anything special like Wi-Fi, so I only spent $90 on it. But it does have the ability for me to tune the colors. I can set 4 different channels, so I have a daytime mode, a nighttime mode, stuff like that. But the Razer ring light is going to be $90. So it's going to be easy to buy for somebody if they want to buy one or
80.
buy two. It's 80.
I'm looking at it now.
So it's $79, not $89.
Yep, $79.99.
Okay. So I was off by $10, but still, you're talking about a marketable price on that sense, right?
So turns out that Eddie, we had a hiccup in Eddie's computer dying. It turns out he needs a lot of these accessories. So what I was gonna say, what I was getting into, right, was so when is I guess the question is now, like, you're having both Elgato and you're having Razer kind of go head to head and try to come up with all these streaming peripheries, right? It's a twofold question now, is like, when do you stop putting all your eggs in that basket and potentially diversify? Like, Elgato is super heavy in the content creation space, right? And
they start out with capture cards, right? So they have the strong capture cards. They have some of the best on the market for capture.
When is too much? I guess that's my real question, right? Like, how much more? So, and think about this in terms of being like a streamer on a budget, right? Like, when do you not? I'm trying to think of the right way of phrasing this, but like, does anybody actually need glasses that have speakers in them, or does anybody actually need like a fucking camera that has a ring light built around it that could also, boost your stream quality into like 4K? And how much does that cost, right? Like, how much is too much, right? Like, when it comes to business, you want to focus on your core product, your core info, what you're going for. And at this point, you're just kind of like, it feels like Razer and Elgato just kind of lumping, Elgato to a lesser extent, but you're just kind of lumping things together now to make a new product to have. Like, is any of it even worth it?
Well, I think the thing is, it comes down to your own quality, your own stream, right? So it's where you sit at, and having a market where there's many options, right? Because there are many options. You can go on Amazon, buy cheap cameras. Every laptop has a built-in web camera. You can buy DSLRs like I'm running. You can buy Go XLRs like Ned's running to upgrade your audio and stuff like that. I think that in a market that's oversaturated by streamers, there isn't enough, because everybody wants to stand out. Everybody wants to be different. So of course, why not one up the game? Like the Cairo Pro is going to be a 1080-60, where the old Cairo Razer light has the built-in ring light.
The new one doesn't. How much of this shit do you have?
Dude, Shoner has everything. He has everything.
So I bought this one. I bought this on a whim because it was on sale. It was $15 off the normal price, and I bought it to be my secondary cam for when I do fit streamer. That's all it's for. It's just a secondary cam that's a widespread that I actually pulled down to do my card rip during my.
That thing is $200 base, and you bought it because it was $15 off.
No. This one's not. This is not the Pro. The Pro's not on the market yet.
Okay.
Or it is, but it's not. This is the old one. This one only does 1080-30. And so what they did was they listened to the market. They got rid of the ring light because it's too small. It works great if you're like this, right? If you're sitting here looking at the camera face to face, it's fine. Yeah. Right. But that light is not that great. So what they did was they listened to the market. They upgraded their camera to a 1080-60, not a 1080-30 like this is. And then they gave you a wide lens with a better aperture.
Okay.
And then they got rid of the light because the light was not great. And now they're breaking a external light that will not only be able to sell with that camera, but will also work with anyone else's cameras just to market it out there. So they are actually smarter by separating the two.
So
I think they caught a need with that.
Essentially what both of these companies are doing is you're making microphones that will with every iteration start sounding better. You're making cameras that will go up to a quality that most of us can't even attain, right? I have a 4K camera and like it does jack shit for fucking me on Twitch because I can only stream it 1080 native.
1080
no,
60
not even. Yeah,
is,
1080 60.
Like, is the highest you can go,
yeah.
unless your partners can do 4K, but I think it's very rare that you see them actually go that high.
But even then, you need your audience to have a 4K monitor. You need to be able to have like the fucking raw power to be able to even dump that out, and
right,
like it feels like it feels like that there's a lot of bloat happening now, and people are just buying this shit because, like, I guess what I'm getting at is that like no matter how many peripheries you have, it doesn't affect your content.
I agree, and I think there's an intersection here, right? I think what companies believe is that maybe they need to have these things to become like to take up more of the market share, especially with COVID and people doing more virtual, like meetings and events and things like that. Just like how we talked about E3 last week, like being dead and all these companies going virtual. So maybe that's what they're trying to push. But I think knowing your audience is also key, right? Like I know you can see these numbers on Twitch where what devices your fan base or your viewers are watching from, and a large majority is like mobile. So it's like how good can you possibly get on mobile before, like, because on an iPhone you're only able to go to a certain extent and watch up to a certain quality level, right? So
you can watch 4K on iPhone.
Yeah, but that's
you as a streamer can't broadcast at 4K.
No, right. So there's I think there's an intersection there. It's a super interesting one because it's like, I don't like. Is there too much to be like for example, if you look at just me and Shoner's cameras already, like he's using a really high end camera and you can tell the difference. Like it's
clear as day,
tier, right? Or middle tier, right? But I'm using the Razer Keo because I got it also for a good price. So it's like this guy. Yeah. So it's like I'm using his secondary cam as my primary. Probably why my computer took a dump. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But I think there's just an interesting intersection there, right? It's like I definitely think that we talked about this like in one of our first episodes is like we don't want our streams to look super scuffed, like that's the first thing. So maybe for people that are newer in the game, they want to go more with like a pro setup, and they maybe in the market for the Keo Pro versus and a crazy light versus just a Logitech C922 or whatever, Brio or whatever. I think there's an interesting intersection there, and then like I said, I think COVID has been kind of a catalyst for that too, because it's pushing all these like virtual events and virtual things, and I think the companies see like an opportunity to kind of get in right now, to make things, I guess, more quality when you're looking at it from a like just virtual standpoint.
Right. I think the other thing is that there's not a lot of 60 frame per second 1080 cameras, right? Everyone wants to be 1080 60 because that's like the prominent resolution. That's the resolution everyone wants to watch at, everyone wants to stream at. So I think that adding another camera to the 60 frame per second market with a good aperture, with a good quality sensor, especially in a small package like the Kiro Pro is going to be in, I think is smart, because the Brios, right? The Brios are hard to get their hands on. The 920s don't have the 60 frames per second. Not everybody wants to spend $500 plus a capture card to do a DSLR. Granted, my camera's a lot more because I'm using a different lens, but to use a base lens with the capture card, you're looking at like $700 to break into a DSLR market. So seeing more quality cameras out there, I think that's going to become the new intro camera, right? Where people are going to come in instead of buying the C615 that I started with, and they're just going to go straight to the Kiro Pro and be like, I'm done. I have my camera quality. So an oversaturated camera.
Is that a smart investment? Like, I hate to cut you up, but is that even a smart investment at this point? You're looking at spending another $150 more on a fucking camera on something that you're taking a flyer on, essentially, right? Like most Twitch streams fail. Like I'm kind of turning the fucking I'm flipping the dime on this thing, because like, is any of this even worth it? Like I have like I'm looking down at my shit, right? I have a fucking $80 stream deck. I have a $200 key light. I have a $200 camera. I have fucking a Go XLR sitting here for $500, and like, look, my fucking shit's still fucking acting like a dog's asshole. Like, you get these fucking kids, you get these fucking kids like XQC who fucking, and no offense to XQC, is like his content's really good, but like, is it even worth it? Like, is it worth it?
I think people are materialistic. I think Americans in general are materialistic in the sense that they think that having the highest, the greatest, the latest and greatest equipment, right? Look at iPhones, look at Androids, everything, right? They release them every 6 months because they know that people will go under debt for the newest phone.
Which
and so
is
I think it just comes down
to me at this point. Like, I'm a 30-year-old fucking man, right? Like, and I bought all this shit when I was like 28, 29. Like, I get the easy predatory thing. And as I'm sitting here and I look at all my shit, I'm like, at the end of the day, has this done anything to help me? Probably not. It's made things a little bit easier. And like, and I'm super free market oriented. Like, if people are gonna fucking buy your goddamn fucking 1080 60 camera with a fucking light, and that also plugs into your asshole to vibrate a little bit while you're streaming, like, I fucking completely understand it. Like, then that's fine. Like, fucking sell to your audience, man. But like, I don't know. Like, any more people say, what do I need to do to get into streaming? I'm like, dude, just like fucking find your content, find your voice, find what you want to do, find what you want to talk about.
Of course, content's king. There's nothing that's gonna fix content.
And don't spend $200 on a fucking camera.
Yeah, but some people, it depends on what they're using it for too, what they're streaming. I mean, usually people stream as just their face cam, but maybe the Keo Pro can be something else. I don't know. It's tough to
do. Is it gonna do plumbing for me? Is it gonna cook for me?
I think it's just another small package 1080-60. It's all it is, right? That's exactly what it is, because it will fit where my DSLR will not. Where I have to set my DSLR
where it belongs.
I don't know. You might like Brunstad style tuna can, skull can kind of plugging,
Hells yes, brother. You know what? No, we can't talk about a man who's not here. That's not right. I'll defend Brunstad until he's back.
He can't defend himself.
He can't defend
I
himself.
just want to include him in the show since he couldn't be here. That's all.
So
well,
I don't know, man. Like, the arms race, I think it's fascinating to watch from a product perspective, but I think it's reached the point now where I'm like, okay, like I like, come on, like.
Well, Razer is also a peripheral company first and foremost, right? So they're gonna try to get into this world more than Elgato necessarily is. I mean, I think if they look at it from a market share perspective, Elgato probably owns a lot of it. Razer's just kind of more up and coming and new. They sell their products based on the colors and all the crazy stuff that they come out with.
I mean, yeah, they've been doing keyboards and mice forever.
Yeah, like, will Elgato ever come up with glasses? I certainly don't think so. So,
and I will give Elgato that benefit, like the restraint. I'm not gonna call it restraint because they have fucking sound panels with lights in them. So, like, don't get me wrong, it's not really restraint. But where Elgato shines above Razer is, like I was saying before, is the software. The software and the something that you can, like, if you buy a Wave 3 mic, which I do highly recommend that you upgrade your audio quality, you can make a headphone mic sound okay, but there's nothing that's going to compare to an actual microphone, right? I have the Asus 2030 XLR to plug in my Go XLR. Once again, probably a waste of money, but especially right after I bought that, the Elgato Wave 3 came out, and it's actually a pretty affordable, decent microphone with the Go XLR. It's not Go XLR software, but everything that the Go XLR could do software wise is built right in. So you just have to have it up on your screen.
You can also go the Wave 1 and save $30-$40 depending on the sale. You can buy the Wave 1 and get everything you get in the software. You just get kind of a lesser extent quality mic, but it's not less in the sense that it lessens the quality of your audio. It just doesn't have as much capability as the Wave 3 when it comes to the range and dynamics of it.
Yeah, agreed. Yep. And that I actually think is probably the biggest fucking thing Elgato's done, is make that microphone game a lot easier, a lot simpler, and make more sense, right? Give you the options that everybody wants out of something that's out of a mixer, and put it right on your desktop. And that of itself is a fucking game changer in that sense. But like all the rest of this shit, dude, like honestly, Like, unless like you start blowing up on fucking Twitch or YouTube, I would recommend buying almost none of it. You know, the fucking Logitech C950 or where the fuck it is, that'll do you just fine because it's just a tiny little face cam. I think you should upgrade your audio. If you don't have a good background, a green screen, but like people have used Sheets for years, you have a little bit more issues, but that's a problem.
More chroma key apps too, right? There's stuff like NVIDIA Broadcast that has the built-in chroma key or background replacement.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people do it without any type of background, which is insane.
It's not the greatest quality, but it works.
It works. Yep. And that's what I would recommend anybody who wants to start off in this fucking game, or even somebody who is just on a budget. And let's face it, right now, like a lot of us are. I'm on a budget. I have to be cognizant. I haven't bought, up until probably 2 days ago, I haven't bought a new video game in 6 months. Imagine that.
Right.
Fucking crazy.
I'm upgrading my PS2 collection, right? I'm about to go retro streaming. I'm still trying to finish off Tokyo Xanadu, and then we start. But I just got I got Dirge of Cerberus that just came in the other day, and I have a bunch of other PS2 games coming in. So another peripheral, right? Now this is the interesting one. I wanted to save it to the last before we switch over to the next topic. Is Elgato is coming out with a green screen mouse pad.
That's dumb as shit.
But think about it. Card rips.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a fuck. That is dumb as fuck.
Okay, I can see where Deadly's coming from.
Keyboards. Right.
Oh
I can see where Deadly's coming from, because it's like, how often do you really see someone's freaking, top-down view of a keyboard and mouse, right?
I know 6 streamers right now who do it every day.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, but I also think, and Shoner, you can get to your point of who does it and why, or why they do it. But I could see from my perspective, being that I'm into cards right now, being that cards are becoming opening things, unboxing things is becoming a very prevalent thing in the digital space of streaming.
Product reviews also.
Product reviews.
If you're sitting there holding your
why there's a market for it. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out and buy one tomorrow. I'm saying that there's a market.
Mine's already on the way. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying there's a market. There's a market for it, and I see the reason why, Nedley. I see the reason why. I just think it's. I'm more on your side. I think it's kind of. I think
it's an overstretch. I won't lie.
I think it's a stretch.
Who wants to show off? And Ned, you need to turn off your autofocus, bud. You sit the exact same distance away from your camera.
Whatever. I gotta fix it.
You need to turn off the autofocus.
Shut up,
So the green mouse pad, though, we all run big mouse pads, right? I have the gamer mouse pad down here, just a regular, cheap, generic one. It's only $30, so it's priced the exact same as any mouse pad. So if you don't have one and you're buying one, and you think that you could possibly use a green screen mouse pad,
is it really $30?
It's only $30.
When he says only $30, it's kind of cringe, because it's like, I mean, nowadays.
Walmart is $35.
Yeah. Normally, I think mouse pads are getting up in price, but when you really think about it, really think about it, is $30 for a mouse pad even a budget thing, right? Like, you can definitely go way cheaper and get just as good, or the same quality.
Amazon Basics, baby.
Yeah. so that's where I draw the line. It's like, okay, do I want to spend $50 on a light up LED mouse pad, or can I just spend $10 or less on a Amazon Basics?
It's not a quality, right? So like, the one thing is, like, I have a cheap one that sits actually under my PS4, so you can't see it, but I have one that sits under my PS4. It actually helps.
So you're not even using it for your mouse.
Yeah, but here's the nice thing is, though, it keeps the dust off my system. I don't know why, but my
shit. I swear to fuck, it's your last fucking episode.
Okay, so
I can't deal with this anymore.
So I bought that one at first, and it was too small. It didn't fit my keyboard mouse. So I was like, well, I can't send it back, because they wouldn't take it back without me spending more than I paid for the freaking mat itself to send it back. So I'll just keep it. And so I found this one for like $5 cheaper that I'm using now, and it's a way bigger. So I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? It's My Hero Academia, All Might, and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, what am I doing with it? Let's just let it sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I put it underneath my PS4, and like I said, my PS4 doesn't get as dusty anymore because it's not. I can actually just take the mat off, clean it off, put it back underneath, and it's good to go.
Fair.
That's the nice thing about it. Plus, it actually helps with the noise because the PS4 is a noisy system, especially when the fans start kicking on. I don't have it vibrating on my wood panel that's sitting back there in the center console. It literally sits on a mat, so it's actually really quiet, and it's actually dumbed down the sound a lot. It's not necessarily what I did it for, but it works.
Well, I don't know, Nedley, do you have a finishing point? Because I have a...
Don't buy this shit. It's all fucking stupid. Buy a camera, invest in your sound, and move on with your day.
Invest in your content.
Yeah, I was going to say invest in your sound, but also invest in yourself, man. You know?
Digest your content. Make sure that you're putting out the best.
Plan out what you want to stream and have fun doing it. It's all about having fun.
There's no need for oh my god, I can't even speak. There's no need for fucking 99.9% of this shit. As somebody who's bought it, and I will be the one to admit I'm a fucking hypocrite. There is no need to buy any of it. Buy a new microphone. I'll agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in a camera. I'll agree with that. It does not have to be fucking top titty. It doesn't have, as you grow and as you are able to turn a profit and actually make money on streaming, if you ever do that, then yes, please invest, because that makes more sense. But if honestly, like, even then, invest in invest in your actual content itself, and don't invest in the fucking bullshit around it, because honestly, like, whilst it's cool, the shit that they're trying to come out with now, there's no point in like 35 there's no point in 95% of it. There's just no point. And
that's fair.
And if you
talked about this,
if you have the money to piss away, go ahead. That's fine. I'm not going to be the one to tell you how to spend your cash. But if you're like most of us fucking normal people that want to fucking make some sort of dream of being on the internet, like, then go ahead. God, oh shit, I fucked my camera up. God, go and be strong.
as Nedley's lights go off.
I was turning my autofocus off.